Hello web accessibility heroes. Today we will explore skip to main content, also known as skip navigation links. These links are commonly used to skip sections such as a menu, header or advertisements, anything that's repetitive on a page. This helps the keyboard only users to directly go to the main content without having them to tab multiple times. Now your page can have more than one skip navigation link. You can use them to skip to main section or to the footer section. I would advise you to keep it between 1 to 3. Now there are many ways to do it, but I believe the simplest way is to keep the link hidden on page load, show it on the first tab, then take the user to the main section and finally hide the links. And all this by using HTML and CSS only. With that, welcome to the channel, and if you are new to this channel, I am Skills Singh. And on this channel, I help you build web accessible applications and share awesome UI and ADA tips. Now if you like this style of videos, then please do me a favor by subscribing to this channel and smash that thumbs up button to help other developers implement web accessibility. Now let's code together to add skip to the main content in our application. I have a very simple application wherein we have different sections on the page. Without skip to main navigation, if I start tabbing, it goes to the hamburger and then user has to tab through all the elements before reaching to the certain section. This is what we want to avoid. We want user to directly go to the search button, and for that we have to add skip to main content. The first requirement is that it should be the first element within your page. So immediately after our body tag, let's add a comment here. We'll say skip to main content link, and then we'll have our anchor tag, and then let's give a class. We'll say skip to main content and add an href, and this href should hold the ID of the div to which we want user to jump to. Let's go ahead and give ID to the second container which is having this search button. So here let's give ID equals to div second. Okay, and let's copy this one and pass it to the href, and within this we have to give the copy text that we want. So we'll say skip to main content. Let's scroll to the top. Our second requirement is that it should be displayed when user first tabs on the page. For that we have to add the CSS. Let's copy this style and head to our skip to main content.css, and we have to add some styling to this. Let's start with giving some background color, D65. This will give us the dark blue color. Next we can add color, so let's give white. Now we have to center align it, and for that we'll give left. It should be 50%, and then let's give a position so that it's always there on top of the page. Next let's add some padding, so we'll give 10 pixels, and then we have to add a transform property, and we have to translate both the x-axis and the y-axis. For the x-axis we'll give minus 50% because we are giving left 50%, and then we have to hide it on page load. So for that I'm saying hide it 100% from the y-axis, and then I have to give a transition so that there is a smoother transition while it appears, and we'll say transform, and I have to give the time, how much time it should take. Next we should use z-index so that it appears on top of other elements. I'm giving 100, and then finally let's give the font size. So I'll go with 24 pixels as the font size. Now on page load this element is not appearing. We want to make sure that it appears when the user starts tabbing, and for that we have to use the focused state. So let's copy this and add the focus state. I'll say on focus we want to display it, and for that we have to use the same transform property that we wrote here. Instead of minus 100 it should be set to 0 so that it appears on the page when there's a focus. I'll refresh my page, start tabbing, and the focus is going to the link, but the text is not readable, right? So let's give color here, and we'll say it should be white. Now when I start tabbing again, we are getting skip to main content, and when I press enter it's taking me to the search section. Now let's have a listen what JAWS reads out for skip to main content.
Skip to Who Am I section on the page, same page link visited. Enter.
Please comment how many skip navigation links do you have in your application, and watch this video to discover how you can make a login page web accessible. See you in the next video. Till then, keep coding.